Hey, it's just Jill. I had more memories come back today. I remember one time, I think my son had done something that really upset his dad. It was a broken toy or something that shouldn't have been significant, but his dad was raging after him and he was crying and he dove on the couch, or I pushed him on the couch behind me. And I sat in front of him and I blocked with my arm and I got kicked in the arm. And the kick was going to go to my son's head. He was 2 at the time. That kick like vibrated my arm and my bone like felt like it was numb. And like 20 minutes later is when it finally stopped feeling like it was numb. And that bruise lasted several days. I mean, I took as many pictures as I could, also putting arnica on it, to heal it faster. I've realized that a lot of abuse is a societal problem because in countries where women's rights are the same as everybody else's and there's no question about it and there's no jokes about, I had my wife wear white so that my dishwasher would match the fridge and like that stuff is way too normal in this country, but it's because the people in power, political and religious power, want to be the ones on top and they want all women to be subservient. One, because they're over justifying stuff and, taking what they want out of the Bible. But the more that the religion and the politics become one, it's a huge problem, especially for a community that's very near and dear to my heart, where people are literally running to Satanist churches because they're more loving and forgiving and accepting than their own parents or their parents' churches. And they're just being told, like, if my kids end up being gay or being trans or whatever, I still love them unconditionally. I'll cry because they're having that sense of self-discovery. I was born different. I mean, my first kiss was with a girl who wasn't into it at all. I was still exploring a lot of stuff. And I think that a lot of the problems are starting at home because of the pressures from politics and the pressures from religion and the pressures from everybody else who is, I was raised this way and I turned out fine. No, you really aren't fine. I don't want my kid to turn out like you. I want my kid to be loving and a safe person and love themselves. I mean, if you're telling your kid what to do their whole life and you've got everything scheduled out, they don't have any free time to be creative. I know people are afraid, that idle hands are the devil's playthings and whatever, but boredom also creates creativity. And how can I, do something that I can fill this boredom with? You could draw, you could paint. My son loves artsy stuff. Make up a new game, build a racetrack. There's stuff that you can do. My son was sat in front of the TV for a long time, like way more than the recommended time. And now he needs glasses. And instead of just letting him be bored, it was always, let's fill his time with stuff so that I don't have to deal with a headache or whatever. I don't have to deal with his annoying whatever. Well, it's our job as parents to discipline, which means to teach them what to do. And I mean, even common sense stuff can be taught. Like, anyone who says that you can't teach common sense just doesn't have enough patience too. Because when you're whipping your kids into shape, or what you think is into shape, and you're not allowing them to wear what they want or say what they want or do what they want, and they can't come to you honestly with questions, and they're having a lot of stuff bottled up inside, and oh yeah, my kid's so sweet, and they're pretty quiet. Yeah, it's because they have to be. That's a survival tactic. That's how I grew up. That's how I'm seeing so many other people grow up, and I am not doing the same thing to my kids. I don't want them to be silent, because when they get to a point where they move out and they have to find out what to do with their lives, and they're just like, okay, now I don't have anyone making me a schedule or a plan, and I don't know what my next step is going to be because I wasn't taught how I should schedule my own day, or to set up my own activities, or to make my own calendar. They're going to be lost, and they're only have their childhood, which may not be the best quality childhood, to reflect on. And that's another thing that I want to give my kids, is an awesome, awesome childhood, because that's going to be their foundation for their mental health for the rest of their life. That's something that you could always reflect back on, is happy memories from childhood. And if you didn't have a happy childhood and you don't have those happy memories, I'm hoping that you're able to make them in your adulthood with your adult money and your adult decisions. But a lot of people end up reverting, and they're just forever a child mentally, and they're, always reflecting back to, oh, well, poor me, pity me. But now I'm a, 43-year-old adult, but still, poor me, pity me, because I had a bad childhood. I mean, yes, it was your parents' responsibility to give you the best, and they couldn't or didn't because of drugs, alcohol, whatever. They were prioritizing themselves because they themselves were probably still mentally a child. If you're letting your kids date in elementary school, you're setting them up for failure too. I mean, it's cute puppy love stuff, but if they're actually like getting their feelings hurt, or, oh, I'm dating multiple boys because I think I'm such a cute girl, I'm a heartbreaker, like that's another thing. We're just setting our kids up for failure. Like, it's our jobs to teach them better and to teach them to know who they are, discover what they like to do. I mean, you can make a career out of literally anything that you like to do. Like, that's the beauty of the internet. It's global. Like, you can do anything now. Everybody's got these old perceptions, and with the new, people have been working on it for years and years and years, just trying to shape our kids better, because we need our kids to grow up independent so that we're able to have a wonderful future in the future, like a Star Trek type future where everybody doesn't rely on money and you can rely on your neighbor. And I know that there's always going to be the bads and the really goods, and nothing's ever going to be perfect. But if you see that, oh my God, there are some things that I could probably change, but it takes a lot of effort on my part and I don't know where to start now. I mean, look it up. The internet's a wonderful, amazing resource. And I've shared books before about, the no drama discipline thing and the whole brain child, and just there are ways that you can fix yourself, because your brain is always able to learn. Like, that never ever stops unless it stops working and you're dead. We got to do better for our kids. We've got to put less of these political and religious tags and expectations on people, because all it does is mess them up. And then if they're super saturated in it, like I super saturated in a really guilt-ridden, horrible, physically disciplining religion. I mean, something I never want to go back to. Like, why would I want to go to a church where God says that he loves me, but I get disciplined by literally, and their idea of discipline is not teaching. It's physical punishment. That's not discipline. Discipline is literally teaching. Don't be the parent who's like, oh, I've been smacking my baby since he was born, and for some reason now he's got back problems and hip problems, but no idea why that could have happened. It's not right. Your babies deserve love. Every ounce, every age, your babies deserve love. Not, oh, you need to do what I say. I need to whip you with a belt till you're black and blue and bloody, but I felt bad, but at the same time I feel like you needed it. And someone suggested that I do that to my own child. And I'm like, how old do you think he is? They're like, oh, I thought he was 5. No, he's 3. Regardless, you do not beat your child into submission because they're not doing what you want. You talk to your child, and if they're old enough to speak, let them speak. Let them get it all out. What's the problem? Why are you melting down like this? Tell me how you're feeling. And that's really a big thing, is to label their emotions, because most of the time when you're getting beaten into submission, you're not able to feel anger or let it out in a healthy way. That's something that you shouldn't be afraid of. You shouldn't be afraid of letting your kids be sad or angry or bored. It's something that we all feel, and it's something that is unavoidable. So it's something that we got to help them through and help them to deal with it the next time it happens, because it's always going to happen. Even when they're adults, like, feelings never stop, but they change. And that's why I love Miss Rachel, because she's got songs about it, and she's an awesome force for changing for the better and for teaching our kids. What we're supposed to do is give them an awesome childhood, teach them good morals, good manners, and help them label their emotions and be able to control themselves eventually. I mean, nobody's going to be able to do that until at least their mid-20s, late 20s, if they're lucky. I was still having problems. I wasn't taught any of this Miss Rachel stuff when I was a kid, so it's something that I'm teaching myself. My brain is being wired while I help my kids wire their brain, and sometimes it comes to a point where I'm just coming to tears because I connected with him in that way, and it just never happened for me, and it just opens up a floodgate I never realized was there. I appreciate everybody who's been watching and listening. Be sure to drink your water. I'm going to go definitely hydrate right now. Please like, subscribe. Any support is supporting a single mom and her 2 kids, and I really appreciate it. So everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.